All right, yo, what's going on? Hold on a second. Since we're talking about our boy, I mean, I might as well like have him kind of in the background, right? So I'll put him on the couch. All right, you can barely see him, but anyways, what's going on, guys? This boy who's back in once again. We have a massive, I guess you could call it massive, but pretty big, I would think, update for the Godzilla card game. This is, of course, in relation to set 2. Now, we are officially in September, which means we are 1 month away. Now, initially, and we're going to get into this set was supposed to drop, as far as we were all concerned, or at least we made the assumption that October 4th was going to be the global release. It turns out that's not actually what's going to happen for the new Shin Godzilla set coming up next month. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just get right into it. I'm going to be referencing the official website. The funny thing is, and I don't understand why this is even a thing, but Japan is very clear on where their priorities are, and they are providing a lot more support and a lot more instant types of updates or just more updates in general for their Japanese side of this game, which kind of sucks if I'm not, if I'm going to be frank about it, because as someone that's been an early adopter, I've been really hyped for this game as far back as March when we first learned that they were going to be releasing a brand new Godzilla card game. And the fact that I've been playing it, I've been playing with my fiance, I've been playing it at locals. I even won a tournament. I've been doing all these videos for it. I can tell you I'm one of the many Godzilla fans and a card game enthusiast that enjoys the hell out of this game. And I just wish that the social team and just the entirety of anyone who has their like pause or whatever on this game, if they were able to at least like provide the same amount of information and updates pretty much in cohesion with the Japanese side of things, because right now it just kind of feels like we're left in the dark for a lot of this stuff, and the social media literally only posts like a card every day or whatever, and then they try to announce like, oh, like we have a big tournament coming up, but it's for Singapore. So it's like, come on, bro, like can we get something over here in the United States, like in the UK? Like what's going on? Because I know we got players all over the world. So right on the main page of the English site, you notice that it says Monsters Raid again. So this is the first time, at least for my eyes, that we're actually getting an official name. I was under the assumption that this was just going to be called the Shin Godzilla set for set 2 of the Godzilla card game, but apparently it's now called Monsters Raid again. Okay, and this is again the second set, but the first thing that I want you guys to notice is the date is now October 25th for the English version of the game, which is crazy because if you go over to the Japanese site, which is what we're on right now, it still has the October 4th date. Therefore, meaning that we are officially about to be behind on this game. Now, some folks in my Discord were actually talking about this, and I didn't even think of this, but it could be because of like the tariffs and all this bullshit that's going on right now. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, and I'm definitely not trying to get political on my own video, but if that's the case, that absolutely sucks. But I don't know, and it's not like they're gonna, I mean, maybe they could tell us the truth if that is what it is, but I haven't seen anything about that, and nor are there any indications that that is why we're getting it so much later. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like a whole month or two, or end of the year or into next year type thing, but thankfully it's not. The only difference between the Japanese and the English versions of the website, as far as the information goes, is that they actually give a price point for the suggested retail price based on what Japan is selling it for. So as you can see right here, 440 yen, tax included. It's actually pretty inexpensive if you ask me for a card game, because that's like almost like $3 if I'm not mistaken, if I'm even getting my conversion right. Yeah, no, I was right. So it's around $3 per pack, and you get 7 cards per pack. For that type of price is actually insane. Now, I'm sure when it comes over to the US and the UK, I can only speak for the USD side of things, obviously, but packs over here were like around $5. And of course, that's gonna depend on, I guess, your area, your store, whoever carries it, because unfortunately, Godzilla still is a type of card game that you can only really find at either comic book or card game related shops. I haven't seen them anywhere at major retailers like Walmart, Target. You know, they don't carry it yet, but I have noticed, this is like a good side note tangent, that the starter decks I've actually seen at more chained areas, meaning like I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cloud City, but that's a store that's like a comic book and a card game chain that you can find. Like they have a few stores around the US. I don't know exactly where, but at least in my side of the East Coast over near Pennsylvania, there's one over there at the Stroud Mall, and they actually started carrying Godzilla, so that's actually really good. Do I have the dingables? Yes, we do. Okay, excellent. So again, like I mentioned, the price point, we don't have that price at all. So I'm guessing that the pack is going to be $5. The box, however, site doesn't mention anything about the box. I think I could have sworn I saw it on like the homepage somewhere, but usually they keep the price around 5,500 yen, if I'm not mistaken, which again is actually a really good price so long as it, you know, that conversion stays, but that's usually not how it works. Obviously, card game stores need to make money. So if I'm gonna make an assumption, my guess is that this next set is gonna cost around 60 to 65 bucks per box. And then they are running that promotion where if you get 3 boxes, you get a promo. If you get 6 boxes, you get 2 promos. So, I mean, they should just word it where it's like every 3 boxes you get a promo, right? So I don't see why they would withhold people from getting more and more promos if they have the money to shell them out, but whatever. That's basically what this video is about, is just talking more about like the information in regards to the update. And the big difference is that the date being pushed back is crazy. It's super upsetting, but I mean, it is what it is. The only plus side is it gives us more time to save our money. Yeah! Because this time around, I'm not gonna lie, I only got 1 box for set 1. Set 2, absolutely gonna have to get 3. Absolutely gonna have to get 3. They do feature some scenes like they mentioned here. So there's gonna be, we can expect a Godzilla versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Biollante, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, Godzilla Final Wars, the Shin Godzilla, which is set is basically going after, and then the Godzilla -1 and many more. It also mentions that there's a card from Chibi Godzilla Raids Again that will also make an appearance. And there will also be cards with hot stamped signatures from the cast of the film. So Jun Fukuyama, who is Chibi Godzilla, Sadayoshi Matsuoka, who is Chibi Mechagodzilla, and Ryo Takahashi, who is Chibi Mothra. So I personally have never seen the Chibi Godzilla Raids Again film, short film, animated thing, whatever it is. Funny enough, because of this game, admittedly, I have been diving deep, or I've been diving more into the Godzilla ethos as far as like all the old movies, because it's literally been, I want to say, whenever King of the Monsters was coming out, that was the last time that I actually like binged a bunch of old movies. So everything that I watched back then, I totally forget. So I've been actually trying to make a more conscious effort into watching some of the older movies, as well as more so than watching, I've been listening to a lot of like these like essay videos or video essays of like the history of all these freaking movies from back in the day and everything like that. So yeah, so you know, Godzilla is really cool, really fun, very it's definitely a trip if you're not used to the whole MonsterVerse type of thing, especially in the Japanese side. So like I mentioned already, 3-box purchase campaign. So customers who purchase 3 boxes of the second booster set will receive an exclusive promo card. More information about the promo card will be announced on their official Twitter in the future. So we're not at that point yet. We don't know exactly what that promo card will be. If we're gonna make any type of assumptions, like we did, like I did for the set 1. Set 1, they gave you a promo of what was it? It was like the cost 7 blue of Burning Godzilla, which is a staple card for blue decks. Not gonna lie, like that literally wins games. So if it's anything like that, it would be nice if it was a red card this time, especially, you know, considering that, you know, it's like, okay, you got blue for the first John, let me get a red promo, okay, for set number 2, especially considering And here's the thing, they don't show you it on the English site, but if you go to the Japanese site, you scroll down, you will see the new chase card. So shout outs to the Japanese site, of course, like I mentioned already, just being way more in tune with themselves and not the English version of the game, damn it. I don't know why they couldn't just show this on our side of the site too, but so check this out. So a foil stamped autograph card by Shinji Higuchi, the director of Shin Godzilla himself, will be included, limited to 100 cards each in the first production run of the Japanese and English version. So this is fire. So I cannot wait to potentially pull this. I didn't get to pull the chase card from set 1, which is a rank 1 Godzilla, a -1 Godzilla 2023 monster card. This is a rank 4, which is actually pretty nuts if you ask me. Here's the card zoomed in. So if you're wondering what this effect does, I got something for you. So when this card appears, you can play 1 strategy card from your hand, reveal the top 5 cards you have visited, and add 1 special card from among them to your hand, and then discard the rest. So obviously, that's a rough Google translation. Essentially, this is going to be a very interesting rank 4 because you're literally allowed to play a strategy card from your hand when he appears, which is actually insane because that interaction, or that, situation, I should say, is very new to the game, because I don't think there's any other cards right now that on an enter effect play a strategy cards, and that strategy card could definitely change the tide of a match. And usually that's what ends up happening when you get to that rank 4, if you get to that point in a game. Revealing the top 5 cards you have drawn and then adding one of them to your hand as well, discarding the rest, is actually also pretty cool, especially if you're in need of trying to build up a Mecha Godzilla, which is the big 7 cost white card that goes in either deck. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but that's basically what this new chase card does. I can't even look at Shin Godzilla for too long because he's freaking me out. Very accurate. A lot of the art, of course, that we already know is basically ripped straight from the films and printed on these cards. So beautiful stuff. Now, the last thing that I do want to talk to you guys about in regards to set 2 is that there was a recent Bushiroad event that took place, I'd imagine, in Japan, and they showed off some previews of the rage cards in question that I imagine we were already talking about from the website right here. If we're gonna assume that we're looking at the Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Space Godzilla, Final War, Shin Godzilla, that pretty much lines up with what we're looking at here. This is the early preview of the gold cards. I know that hold on, let me move myself out of the frame so that you guys can actually see the top one a little bit better. There you go. Some sick art, some sick gold cards. I do like how they're utilizing the rage functionality as their excuse to get the movie posters out in the game in some fashion. And realistically, rage cards are essentially token cards. They all have 5,000, they all give 5,000 rage. So I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can pretty much use whatever you got, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to have these exact rage cards, but they look sick. And I actually do have one of the gold cards from the last set. So that's basically everything that is new and updated as far as the set 2 goes. The big takeaways, like I mentioned, is simply that the English version of the game is coming out on the 25th of October. Unfortunately, not happening for the Japanese side of things. They're still gonna get it on October 4th as planned. I guess we'll have to look forward to seeing any sort of tournament results coming out within that time period and seeing how some of the deck construction is looking. Maybe when we get closer to, actually no, once we get to this date, maybe I can stream looking at the card list, and then we can maybe try to come up with a deck on our own featuring a lot of the new cards. And also, for those that might not have known this, and I'm sure a lot of you do already, but this set is going to be featuring green. So they're introducing a brand new color, and from what I've heard from other fans of other Bushiroad games, is that a lot of their other games do end up getting a lot of colors. So I guess maybe we can also make another assumption that every set they might just introduce a new color. So right now, technically we have 4, with green being the new one, white being like the color that will be able to go into every color as it is right now. So the three main ones you could say are red, blue, and now green. They're still in this little about section. They're still saying like choose one color, build a 54 card deck, 50 main, 4 on the monster side, not to, you know, confuse anybody. You may also include white cards. Yep, yada yada. We already know all this. And right here, only the English version will be supported for sanction and official tournaments outside of Japan, with the exception of certain cards, example rage cards. Japanese versions may not be used. So that means that for whatever reason, if some of y'all are crazy enough to actually go out of your way and try to import set 2 so that way you can say I got the Godzilla set 2 cards early, then okay, that's a crazy flex, right? But you can only end up using the rage cards, and that's in probably obviously because there's no effect to them. They're just 5,000 each, and that's basically it. Speaking of which, is anyone crazy enough to donate to see that kind of thing happen here on this channel? Because I personally don't have any interest in trying to get the Japanese versions of the cards just to have them and be like, oh yeah, look, I have these for like what, 3 weeks, and then by the time the 25th comes out, it's like, yeah, no. I'm gonna hold on to my money and wait until the 25th. I'll definitely try to get me some 3 boxes. I know Papa Uj is definitely gonna try to get himself some boxes as well. And between the two of us, that's 6 boxes right there. So we have some unboxings to do, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So of all the Godzilla news, all the revelations, right? What is your favorite thing that you heard so far? Are you looking more forward to? Are you more excited for the Godzilla set 2 that is coming up on October 25th now? And hopefully it stays that way and doesn't get pushed back any further. And are you looking forward to seeing like what these new cards are looking like? What green, like how it plays? That's what I'm looking more forward to. Like obviously I love me some Shin Godzilla, but man, I really want to see how green plays, okay? I'm still holding out hope that we can get a sick-ass King Ghidorah deck going on, because listen, I have not given up on the dream of using Gravity Beam with that white King Ghidorah, bro. That combo has to be amazing, and maybe this is the set that will support that even more so. So let's see when we get there. Love what you love, guys. Gang gang.